Police officers have tough responsibilities on their shoulders. Sometimes they face fatal accidents. And sometimes they even face situations that threaten their own lives.
Where do you live at?
Oh, I will stay out here.
Then get out of here, now. Where do you live at? You work here, all right, kick rocks. Where do you live at? All right, kick rocks. That one.
Which one? Renter?
Hey, okay, I'll get down. Call my mama.
Where do you live? Where do you live? Then leave. Where do you live? Get your hands out of your pants. Get your hands out of your pants. Where do you live at?
Don't touch me.
Where do you live at?
Huh?
Where do you live at?
Why you in my face, cousin?
All right, cool. Where are you getting your hands from?
But this constant state of stress and terror often leads to damaging them mentally. Eventually, the pressure overwhelmed them, leading them to break down and cry. Here are 6 incidents when these hard-working police officers were so stressed that they cried while on duty. Grab some tissues because these cases are nothing like you've ever witnessed. First off is the case where some lady was driving on the wrong side of the highway. However, nobody knew that this minor event would turn into a horrifying nightmare.
Okay. Just how long you been here? Okay, I'll get him done. I'll see what's up.
On May 25th, 2023, an officer on duty received a complaint of a lady driving on the wrong side of the road. He quickly got into his car and drove off to check the situation. He was worried about that woman being unstable. When he reached the situation, he found the caller sitting in her Jeep, waiting for the car in front of her to be gone. The lady seemed clueless about the strange vehicle before her and informed the officer that she had been waiting there for a long time. The officer comforted her and went away to talk to the driver of the vehicle.
Ma'am, roll down your window.
The officer asked the lady to roll down her window. However, at first, it looked like she wasn't listening to the officer at all.
Are you okay? Can you tell me what's going on? Why are you in the wrong lane? Can you tell me why you're in the wrong lane? Bob, I don't know what I got here. I got a female that won't answer any questions. I think I'm...
Finally, when she did roll the window, she still seemed absent from the situation, but she didn't respond. After asking her multiple times, the officer alerted the other cop about what was going on.
Have you been drinking or anything? It doesn't look like you've been drinking. What do you got in there?
He even asked her if she needed an ambulance. The officer looked concerned toward her, but what happened next shocked him.
What do you got in there, man? What do you got in there? What do you got there? Oh!
The lady in the car had a gun with her. The officer was fast enough. He immediately ran behind, aiming at the lady with the gun.
.225, shots fired. Don't move.
The gunshots broke the windows of the car, leaving her down. The officer informed his fellow officers right then, and they arrived at the scene. They immediately investigated if she had any other weapon with her under the seat.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
735, we can get units at Lamar for West Palmistry, all the southeast.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He returned to the caller and started apologizing to her for witnessing such a horrifying scene. And that was when he broke. He felt so heartbroken that he started crying, going through what just happened. The lady who pointed the gun at the officer was declared dead. What was wrong with the woman remained a mystery. Comment what you think really happened here. The next case we have here is lethal. A fake weapon was used by a man to threaten nearby neighbors, which eventually led to a devastating outcome. In the morning, the cops got a complaint about someone threatening others nearby with a gun. Immediately, the cops arrived at the scene to witness something terrible to start off their day.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up now. 58, I got one at gunpoint. Okay, just put your hands out of the car. Okay? Okay, we'll figure it out, but we have a report of a gun, okay? Okay, you need to chill out and stand over there now.
The officer got out of his vehicle and took cover behind his door, where he found two women along their car with a man, asking them to step out of the car and for the man to put the gun down. Refusing, no one knew that these events were about to take a terrifying turn.
Keep your hands out. Drop the gun! 58 shots fired! Shots fired! Don't move!
He asked the man to get out, but instead, he would pull his supposed gun on the cop. Shots had to be fired as the officer had no choice.
Get off of me! You had a gun! He didn't have a gun!
You need to get back.
He didn't have a gun!
We need to get him help.
I told you he didn't have a gun!
Stay right there.
Get back. Let us help him. Let us try and help him.
Stay back.
Where's his gun? I need to call his brother.
Just stay back.
No! Call his mother.
The man was seriously injured and needed to be taken to the hospital.
Hey, here, right here. Do me a favor. Just watch, make sure no one gets hurt. Apply first aid. Medics are coming, okay? Can you just stay over there so we can...
What's the address? Fred wants to know.
The paramedics weren't arriving at the scene and the wound was getting severe. The cops had to take control. While the cops were addressing the wounds of the injured man, the other woman kept interfering and the cops had to ask her to stand aside.
What did he do that for?
However, the cop who shot the man was clearly worried for him, as he knew that he had messed up. He went toward the cars, and that's where he burst into tears. The officer was crying and cursing himself for shooting.
Deep breath, brother.
Just breathe for me, man. Breathe. Just keep breathing. Who are you?
That's my sister and that's
You just stay back here for now.
Dude.
His colleagues came to him as he sat inside his car. They were consoling him while the others were still busy with the wounded lady. The cop who shot him sat in his car for several minutes, dealing with emotions. He knew that after the man was transported, he was about to face the investigation. He was waiting for the investigation committee. Shortly after the whole incident, they arrived and began investigating why and how the officer fired his weapon. The investigation went on for several days, but we can say one thing for sure. Cops make mistakes and they do have that soft place in their hearts. But unfortunately, sometimes slight mistakes can cause huge damage. If it was, in fact, a fake gun, why pull it on the officer? Next up is an interesting case where a local was about to jump off the bridge, one movement away from his demise. On the morning of the 10th of May, 2023, the NYPD received an emergency call about a man threatening to jump off the bridge. Immediately, they arrived on scene and began giving emotional support to the local, hoping to change his mind.
I've been in your shoes, man. I've been in your shoes, man, right? It's not worth it, right? And listen, I'm a man, you're a man. You understand what I'm saying?
The way this cop was trying to make him understand was truly remarkable. Surely, he understood the complications. One wrong move and anything could have happened.
And I promise you, because we, as NYPD, we do have the resource. We have the resource, man. We have the resource. And I believe that you're a good man. You're a good man. And I promise you, brother, I promise you, we'll do anything in our power to help you.
He even promised to help the guy with whatever problem he's facing in his life at the moment.
I promise
Come
you.
over, let us talk to you, let us help you. There's plenty of resources out here for you. We're here for you. Everybody's here for you. Because we care.
While one officer was trying to talk through with the man, the other cop was on standby, hoping to not have to witness a tragedy in front of his eyes.
I love you, brother. I love you, brother. Just listen to my voice, brother. I love you, brother. You got this, brother. Or in this, life is beautiful.
The heart-touching moment was when the officer called him his friend. Eventually, the man was saved, thanks to this kind officer, showing him the beauty of life. But what happened next was a complete release of emotion after a tense situation. When the man returned to his vehicle, he couldn't help himself and broke down. Eventually, his fellow officers came to comfort him. No wonder. Everyone is fighting with the stir of emotions through these tough times. On August 11th, 2023, two on-duty police officers observed a confrontation between two individuals. A 36-year-old Gordon was found in possession of a gun. When the officers tried to talk to him, the suspect ran away. The officer followed him and barged inside his house, holding his gun ready for any surprise. They repeatedly asked him to drop the weapon, to which he didn't. Instead, he pushed the officer out of the house and shut the door.
No! No, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot.
111 and Racine.
No, stop!
The officers kept pushing, and Gordon couldn't lock them out. So he ran further inside while the cops tailed him. He reached and took out his weapon, which the officers kept trying to snatch from him. But in this struggle, the unfortunate would happen.
Stop! Shot fired! 2-1, shot fired!
The shot was fired and the cops backed off a little. They immediately called for help. The officer who shot Gordon ran outside to get the first aid kit from his vehicle.
We're getting shot fired by the police. 13 is at 111 and Racine. 111 and Racine.
Hey, hurry up.
As he ran outside, his colleague followed him behind. The cop was stressing for the life of the man.
You okay?
As he was panicking, he had trouble breathing properly. His fellow officers asked him to relax and take deep breaths. And after delivering the first aid kit inside, he lost it. You can see how badly he was hurt at having to do something which no officer would have wanted to do in their career.
That's what I'm saying. You're okay, right?
Yes, I'm cool.
Reflecting back on what just occurred, they asked him what happened. Later, the officer was asked to take the wounded to the hospital.
Just go take a walk.
You're gonna go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
The officer who shot was still panicking. He was asked to go along and get himself checked as well.
So, who fired?
offender.
Okay, all right. Are you not? Let me ask you these questions. Are you injured?
No.
Okay. You just want to be checked out.
Later, the whole incident was observed through a surveillance camera to check if the officer was at fault or not.
I will shoot you. 10-1, shoot you. Officers need help.
Is there a unit with an emergency coming in?
213. No, I'll shoot you. No, I'll shoot you. Put your hands up. I got him just losing the club.
Come on, bro.
Stay there, is okay,
I need to
correct?
put you in the car.
I'm cool. I know. Just
I need to put you in the car, though.
All right, just let me go.
I'm just grabbing on things.
Come on.
The officer involved in the shooting was placed on 30 days of administrative duty. Although no officers were wounded in the shooting except for the 2 officers who suffered bruises and abrasions from the struggle. However, Gordon was pronounced dead after going to the hospital. On April 14, 2014, Officer Morrison was dealing with the suspect named Ramirez, who was high on meth. Nobody would have imagined that a regular check on a group of people would lead to such horrifying actions. Officer Morrison found Ramirez beside the road, and he was high on meth. After asking him multiple times to stand still, the suspect failed to comply. Unfortunately, due to a misunderstanding, Officer Morrison shot and killed the suspect. The officer misjudged his actions and thought that he was about to pull a gun on him. This video is from a patrol cruiser's dash cam caught after the officer had already shot the suspect.
Stand up. You good. You good. Hey, are you hurt? Okay, sit up. Sit up. Come on.
You can hear his breathing getting faster. He is struggling to breathe and finding it difficult to digest what just happened. You can see how his fellow officers are trying to comfort him.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. I got him back here. He's going over there. Right here. I got you. Come here.
But instead of getting fine, he's panicking even more.
I got you. I think I can stand up. Yeah, I can stand up. I'll help you. All right. I got you. I thought he was going to pull a gun on me. Maybe he was. Jesus Christ. You survived.
Even after standing up, he's struggling to breathe. He's trying not to cry, yet he's finding it difficult. He's explaining how he thought that he was about to pull a gun. And now, he's feeling devastated for not waiting enough and see if it was what he was going to do.
Get yourself together, we got it. You're not hurt. I'm not hurt. Remember, we checked you over. Yeah. We didn't find any blood. We didn't find anything that would try to hurt you. We got you.
After getting shot, the suspect was declared dead, and that is what made the officer even more devastated. No wonder. Taking a life has its own side effects, even for the cops. This last case is rather an unusual one. When Officer Erickson ran away from his mother's wedding, he was arrested by another officer for being drunk and speeding. When getting caught, he immediately broke down and started to cry.
I'm in the wedding, but I was trying to run away. You know what I mean?
Who do you work for?
Orange County. Can I call a friend?
No, man, that's not how that works.
You can have my gun. My mom's getting married this weekend.
My job is all I have. Please. I'm having a rough night. My dad died
the line of duty, please. I'm having a rough night.
Listen, man, you gotta pull yourself together.
I swear, I'll have someone come pick me up, please. I'm having a rough night, okay?
This is no disrespect to your dad. I don't think you should disrespect him either by bringing this up.
I'm having a rough night, okay? My mom's getting married to another guy.
Where are you headed to?
You can see he is almost bawling his eyes and telling the officers about his father who died in the line of duty, while the officer didn't seem to let the situation go despite his history.
And you want to blame your actions on the fact that your mom is choosing to move on with her life?
I can assure you that I am terrified. What do you do for employment? I'm a deputy sheriff.
Instead, he's getting ridiculed for blaming his mother for moving on.
Where were you headed to, though?
Circle.
What kind of circle? You say you're heading to a circle, like a Circle K, or what do you mean?
Can I call my mom? Can I call my mom? Please. Can you loosen the cuffs, man? Please. Please, bro. Come on, man. Please. Please. These cuffs, come on, man. Look, bro, listen, man. I'm a deputy, alright? Come on. Can you help me out?
Yeah, but...
He asked again if he could call his mother and informed the other officers that he also worked in the police department.
I like the guy she's marrying.
You don't like your mom?
No, I would die for my mom, bro.
So why were you upset over that?
I never expected my dad to die when I was 18. And
it seemed like he might be having anxiety as he ran away from his mother's wedding too, and he couldn't understand why. He seems to miss his dad too, as he's repeatedly telling everyone about it.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
So you got your firearm on you?
Yep.
Okay. Then don't you put your hands down.
Deputy sheriff.
Yeah, well, you were going 80 miles per hour.
Sorry about that.
And I'm going to assume you've had a little bit too much to drink.
Yep.
80 miles per hour on Minton Road and the speed limit is 45. You're traveling 80 miles per hour.
I'm sorry, man. Can I call a friend?
No, man, that's not how that works. Go ahead and put your car in park.
It is.
94 unit. Don't listen.
He even asked the officer if he could call his friend or someone, but her reply was stern and straightforward. The officer could clearly see that he was under the influence, and above that, he was speeding.
What?
My job is all I have. Please don't. Please. I'm having a rough night.
You got your license on you, sir?
I don't. It's in my room.
Your license is in your room?
Look, man, my dad died in the line of duty. Please. I'm having a rough night.
And that's where he had a meltdown again. He begs that his job was the only thing he had, and on top of whatever he was already accused of, he didn't have the license. But despite everything, he kept bringing his dad as if trying to impress the other officers.
You can just pull yourself together.
God.
Where are you headed to?
Anywhere but my mom's hotel, because I don't know what to do.
Go ahead and step on the sidewalk. Go ahead and take your hands out of your pockets.
Where were you headed to, though?
Like a circle.
What kind of circle?
Whenever the on-duty officers asked him where he was heading, he only had one answer.
Like, where were you going right now before she pulled you over?
Nowhere.
No?
The officers are unable to understand what this circle is, as when asked, he says nothing and doesn't clarify.
Are you willing to do a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your breath? Okay, I'll read you something. I am now requesting that you submit to an approved chemical test of your breath for the purpose of determining the alcohol content of your breath.
My mom.
The same mom that you're upset with and you were trying to get so far away from?
Why would I do that?
come on, man. Please. Please. Can you help me out? Please open the door. Can you help me out? Please. Can I call my mom, please? Just please, for the love of God, loosen the cuffs. Come on, man. It's hot as back here.
Now, the convicted officer is constantly asking the other officer who has arrested him to open the car door and let him go.
I have to go to the hospital. Chest pain.
Chest pain? Do you have to throw up still?
I have chest pain.
Yeah. Even if I loosen your cuffs, your chest?
Yep. My chest already hurts, man.
You don't want me to loosen the cuffs?
Can you open the door? Sir!
He even told the other officers about getting chest pain and he wanted to get out of the car, but they didn't believe him.
Can you just open the door, please, bro? For 2 minutes.
I opened it earlier.
Can you open the door?
But I opened it earlier, remember?
Okay.
Officer Erickson was charged a total fine of around $674 and was placed on 9 months of probation with various requirements. There's no doubt that the police force is doing things that aren't easy for anyone else. And indeed, killing a person can be absolutely traumatizing even if it's supposedly justified given the circumstances. Watch another video on your screen here if you enjoyed the video, and please consider leaving a thumbs up while subscribing to my channel. See you in the next case.